Jake isn't the type to cave under pressure.
You have to suffer!
Okay.
He's the chillest guy in Ooh, but in the limit, he nearly dies. Not from monsters or traps, but from something more subtle: encouragement. Everyone around him just wants to see him succeed, and that pressure slowly crushes him, literally. Adventure Time uses that pressure to teach a lesson that hits surprisingly close to home, so let's break it all down. It starts off like any other night, Finn and Jake stargazing, hoping for a wish. Not just any wish though, they both want something only two best of bros could dream up together.
Ancient psychic tandem war elephant!
Haven't you always wanted that? An unstoppable cosmic beast with ski goggles, lasers, and rockets in its feet. When Finn asks Jake how he would even control something like that, Jake has a response ready to go, and it's a key theme to the episode.
You can't control it, dude. You have to let it give you control.
There's a lot more to this statement to unpack than just how it relates to the elephant, but we'll return to this later. So, as Finn and Jake keep watching the night sky, they see what they think is a real shooting star, but it turns out to be a firework reading "but," which actually signals that some of the soldiers that Hot Dog Princess sent on a mission are in danger. Her knights are trapped in a giant labyrinth. So, without hesitation, Finn and Jake volunteer to help out.
Don't worry, Princess. Jake and I are on it.
Why? Because that's what heroes do. When they reach the labyrinth, Jake immediately suggests a shortcut.
Should we, try to cheat and stretch over the walls?
It's not a bad plan. There's no better solution to the maze when you actually think about it. But what happens next shuts his plan down almost instantly, because Finn spots a sign that literally tells them if they cheat, they'll die. So in breadcrumb style, Jake hooks his legs around a stump and stretches through the maze instead to keep track of where they were. At first, it works. They move quickly, and barely 5 steps in, they find the hot dog knights. Completely fine, just scared. And then one of them casually mentions something at the center of the maze. A magical, wish-granting creature. That changes everything, because now it's not just a rescue, it's a reward. A chance to win the thing that they've always wanted.
Ancient psychic tandem war elephant!
Jake picks up the knights and stretches deeper into the maze. And suddenly, he's not just helping, he's carrying the whole team. So, between the jokes and the goofiness, Finn starts to notice something. Jake's body is starting to thin. His energy is fading, especially once he's defeated the golem. Finn tries to say something.
Jake, you need to take it easy on the stretching, man.
But the hot dog knights, they start chanting.
Stretch, stretch, stretch!
And Jake pushes on. Because in moments like this, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between support and pressure. When are you a hero and when are you a people pleaser? Here, the theme really starts taking shape. Social pressure isn't always toxic. It doesn't have to come from bullies or critics or authority figures. Sometimes it comes from people who believe in you. That's what makes it so hard to resist. Because how can you say no to encouragement from someone who thinks you're amazing? It might feel like a positive nudge to go in the right direction, getting a little out of your comfort zone to impress someone. But it can go too far. Jake doesn't push himself in this episode just for shits and giggles. He does it because he doesn't want to disappoint anyone. The cost of letting others down feels heavier than the cost of hurting himself and stretching himself that much further. And that's how social pressure works in real life too. So let's see how Jake is able to deal with it. The deeper they go, the more brutal it gets. After the golem, loads of scorpions follow, like hundreds of them. Jake fights them off while carrying the knights, and when he starts to falter, one of them shouts, "Jake! And that's all it takes. Jake groans, strains, and pulls off the win. Everyone cheers. Finn tells him to start taking it easy, man. The knights tell him to keep going, and Jake, he laughs, sighs, and pushes forward. This is the turning point, because now Jake's not just stretched out physically, he's stretched emotionally. He is stretched between doing what's right for himself and doing what everyone else expects of him. The deeper they go, the more obvious it becomes. Jake isn't okay. His body is kind of stretched too thin there. He's not even able to close his eyelids. Finn finally puts his foot down.
We're going home.
The knights shout over him though, and Jake listens to them. It's that subtle kind of pressure, where you don't want to let down the group, the new guys, the coolest buddies in the whole world, just afraid of breaking the whole vibe. In real life, this happens more than we think. There's a group of people and we don't want to let them down. Take these 3 examples. You're the one carrying the group project. You can't complain, you're the responsible one. Going out and everyone wants to stay out late while you're the designated driver who just wants to go home. You just smile and say, okay, one more. You're not doing well mentally, but you're the funny friend, so you make the joke, because people expect you to. So you push, even when it hurts you. That's exactly where Jake is. He's not being selfish, he's not even trying to impress. He just doesn't want to be the guy who says, I can't do it. And because Jake isn't capable of saying no here, they finally reach the end. A glowing orb floating above a stone chamber. Jake can barely move, his body paper thin, eyes wide open, organs warped. Finn turns to him almost in awe.
You did it, man.
But before anyone can make a wish, one hot dog knight jumps on the puzzle outside and ruins everything. The door slams shut, right on Jake's body. Jake screams, his body crumples.
My insides are all mashed up.
He's completely broken because he didn't stop when he should have. That's when he admits the truth.
You were right. I pushed myself too far. I'll never fall victim to peer pressure again.
And then he makes a joke.
Actually, I'll do anything you guys want if you say my name 3 times.
It's funny, but it's also heartbreaking and true, because even now, after everything, Jake can't even fully let go of that role of the guy who just says yes if others want him to, and he knows it. So he doesn't. He lifts Finn and the Knights over the pressure plates, and in one final act of service, ignoring his own pain for the benefit of others. At the finish line, the reward finally appears. 4 glowing orbs, each one a wish. But instead of celebrating, chaos follows. One knight immediately wastes his wish on a cardboard box. Another miscommunicates his wish entirely, and explodes. Finn turns to Jake, expecting a plan. But Jake doesn't ask for healing, doesn't ask to be saved. He just wishes for a sandwich. Because in that moment, all he can feel is the ache in his stomach, and maybe something deeper, a need to feel comfort, fulfilled, even just for a second. Finn is stunned. All their effort, all his pain wasted? But Jake, even in that state, insists, forget him. Use the last wish for the dream they started with, the elephant, go for it. Because deep down, Jake still doesn't see himself as the priority here. He still thinks the right thing to do is to give up his own well-being and his own life if that means the others around him will feel happy. So Finn listens. He wishes for what they both truly wanted all along. Not for the sake of it though, but to actually use the wishing power of the elephant to save Jake and the others. And it works. It all works out fine in the end, okay? But in this episode, encouragement turned into peer pressure, turned into toxic expectations. That's the kind of pressure we rarely talk about, especially as we self-inflict it sometimes. So here's the truth. You don't need to break yourself to prove anything. You don't need to say yes just because people are watching and expect things from you. And you're allowed to stop and value yourself over the desires of others. If you want to see how Finn learns this the hard way too, check out our video on his complete character arc to see how Finn grows from a little boy to the hero who needed. Click here to watch it. Leave a like, a comment, and a subscription. We really appreciate it. We're so close to 90,000. We're gonna make it to 100,000. So give us that subscribe, and thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.